8 ways to connect with your divine feminine energy, also known as goddess energy. Who doesn't want that? Hi, I'm Christy Forsyth. I'm a soul therapist, and this is something that in my spiritual coaching practice, we talk about a lot. So many people are feeling pulled to connect with divine feminine energy, and it's something that I recommend for a lot of people, as I find that this is helpful, particularly for those people who identify with leaning more in that direction of feminine energy. I think that in this world, there are so many of us that are leaning more into that masculine energy, and there really is this universal call to bring things back into balance in the world, in relationships. And so as we learn, for those of us who feel more pulled to lean into the divine feminine energy, as we lean into this energy, we're helping to create a really beautiful balance and helping ourselves to feel more natural, to feel more aligned for ourselves in our lives. So the first step for that is to tune into our intuition. When I think about intuition, that to me is very strongly connected with divine feminine energy, because it is feeling into things. It is this knowing. And as we tune into our intuition, and don't tell me that you don't have an intuition, because each and every one of us does. It's like the GPS for our soul. So as we tune into that, as we learn how our unique intuition works, and we start to lean into that and use that and listen to it and honor it, then we start to create more of that divine feminine energy in our lives. If you don't know what I'm talking about with intuition, make sure you check out my other videos where I talk about intuition. I will post that here as well. So number 2 is to lean into the receptive and nurturing energy that is available to us as we lean into the divine feminine energy. When we think about being receptive, the question becomes, are you open to receive? Are you open to receiving help? Are you open to receiving leadership? Are you open to receiving even compliments? You know, like when I think about like, are you in your receptive energy? I think one of the best measures of that is to ask yourself, how well do I handle compliments? Am I open to receiving compliments? And not just do you get compliments, but when you receive them, how do you behave on the other end of that? Do you argue your way out of those? Do you try to shut that down or try to minimize that, or whatever you're doing? So ask yourself, how am I doing with compliments? And how am I doing when people want to do something for me, when people want to nurture me or do something that is helpful to me, or when people are wanting to lead something and take care of all of the details, because that would definitely be more masculine energy. So we really want to lean into that. And also embracing this beautiful nurturing energy that's available with the goddess energy, right? This goddess energy within us allows us to be so nurturing. And so as we tune into that, like, what is it that I feel called to nurture? Who am I feeling called to nurture? How am I feeling called to tune into this nurturing energy? It might be nurturing people. It might be nurturing your dreams. It might be nurturing yourself, right? Like, this is very tied to self-care, but definitely leaning into that nurturing energy, maybe your children, whatever that looks like for you. But the more that we can lean into that while also being receptive to other people supporting us and helping us, that's really where we find that magical divine feminine energy. Number 3, we want to think about being less focused on action, because that's going to be more masculine in its energy. You know, we live in a time where there's like such a hustle culture, and hustle energy is masculine energy. We want to focus on, in divine feminine energy, being a magnet to all of the things that we're wanting to create. I tend to think about the Empress in the tarot when I think about this energy. She is that magnet. So she sets her intentions, she knows her worth, and she trusts that everything that is meant for her is going to be magnetized to her. So what we want to do when we're creating that magnetic energy is thinking about, how do I become the energy of the things that I'm wanting to create in my life? So if I am wanting to become a person who presents as and feels more self-confident, more powerful, what does that look like? How do I embody the energy of being more confident and more powerful? This is how we start to hold that energy and become a magnet for that energy. Or if I'm looking for a powerful masculine energy counterpart in my life, powerful masculine energy partner in my life, how do I embody this energy of the divine feminine? Because that is going to call in that divine masculine energy. So thinking about becoming that magnet rather than needing to do. This energy is more about be. And so calling in the things to you, setting intentions, and then allowing them to be pulled into you by holding that energy. I hope that makes sense. Number 4 is creativity. Creativity is very much allowing us to be in that right mind, in that intuitive mind. It's a really beautiful pathway into more deeply connecting with your intuition as well. But anything that you're doing that allows you to be in your creative energy is going to support that divine feminine energy. Number 5 is to increase play and balance in your life. So again, I think that we tend to be too much in masculine energy a lot, and we don't have to always work so hard. It doesn't always have to be about the hustle. It doesn't always have to be about the work. And sometimes when we let ourselves lean into a little bit more of this playful energy and we're having more fun, not only are we going to manifest better things into our life, but we're also going to pull in more of this divine feminine energy. So it's really win-win. And by extension, we also want to be focusing on how can I create more balance in my life? Because when we create more balance, we create a better energy, and balanced energy really helps us to connect with this divine feminine energy and to truly connect with the goddess that we actually are, right? So number 6 is to increase flow and to decrease control. And this is something that I have had to learn again and again and again, because I just have this tendency to want to control things, to control the outcome, to control the way that something is going to be, to control my schedule, whatever that is. I've had to learn how to pull myself away from that and to lean more into flow, to lean more into letting things unfold, again, setting our intentions for where we want things to go, and then letting things naturally flow and progress without having to work so hard, without having to invest so much effort and energy into that, because that would be more of that divine masculine energy. And by the way, divine masculine energy isn't bad. We need a balance of all of these. So if you are somebody who aligns more with masculine energy, you're going to want to bring more of these into your experience to help you to find more balance. And if you are finding that you're more in your feminine energy, there are going to be times when you're called to take action, right? Action is always going to be required, whether we're female, male, feminine, masculine, whatever that is. So it's not that we don't take action. It's just that when you're in that divine feminine energy, you're going to be taking less action. You're going to be more focused on just kind of allowing things to unfold and to flow more naturally, and to do our best to detach from specific outcomes, trusting in our higher power to let everything unfold and develop the way that it needs to. Number 7 is to tune into our body. Tuning into your body, again, is going within, that's connecting with that intuition, and feeling that connection with the body is an incredibly powerful way to stay connected to our divine feminine energy. Specifically things like dance and yoga and those things that just tend to be a little bit more flowy or tend to be more sensual. Any kind of movement with the body that's going to be more sensual is going to support you in being in that divine feminine energy. So if you are, for example, doing some dance movements and that just feels really good and feminine and sensual to you, more of that, please, right? Add that in so that you can continue to develop that feminine energy. As you build on that energy, that is going to emanate out of you, and people are going to start to feel that, and people are going to start to connect with that. Number 8, last one, is to express your feelings, to connect with your feelings, to connect with your emotion. This is us in our feminine energy. So we're not going to want to push the emotion away. We're not going to want to allow the emotion to take over for us either, right? We don't want that the feelings to be driving our car, to be driving our actions, but we also want to be in tune with our emotions. We want to express our feelings, whatever that is, as we feel like we need to. This is actually, when we look at relationships, particularly between feminine energy and masculine energy, the expression of feelings, the expression of emotions, as long as that's not done in a way that's attacking and judgmental, that is a really beautiful way to actually spark divine masculine energy within that other person, where they're going to want to respond to that and want to show up in a way that is supportive and leading in that divine masculine way. So those are the 8 ways that you can connect with your divine feminine energy. I would love to hear how you guys are doing this in comments below. I also want to highlight my membership, my Clarity by Christy membership. This is something where we cover all kinds of different topics. We probably are going to be doing a goddess class coming up here soon. I cover all things spiritual, metaphysical, and personal development in there. I have energy sessions to help you to master your energy field, balance your energy field throughout the month when we have full moons. There's also monthly readings where I give a pretty detailed overview of what to expect throughout the month as we navigate the monthly energy, so that you're all prepared and you have a sense of what to look for. I have all kinds of classes, hypnosis sessions, meditations, tools for your spiritual journey. Everything and anything that you need. You're going to want to check that out at claritybychristy.com. I'm going to put a link below for you to sign up for my email listing. That will allow you to get an email back from me that gives you a promo code to start my membership for only $2.22. And after that, through the end of the year anyway, it's only going to be $9.99 a month. So make sure you jump on that. I am going to be increasing my prices in the new year. Check that out. I think you'll love it. I really look forward to seeing you in there, and take care, guys. Thanks. Bye.